I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Salute the friends and family. Salute the Bucks Nation. What's good with everybody? It's been a few days. A lot has transpired today. Y'all already know what we're about to get into. Horace had that pen moving today. Horace had that pen moving today. It is a lot of players being re-signed for the Bucks. There's players we're still waiting to be re-signed. There's possible Pat Connaughton being traded. Lopez is gone. Man, Bucks Nation, the last 48 hours have been very, very interesting. I'm going to give my take, and I want to know what friends and family think about all these changes, good, bad, and indifferent. First thing that I want to start with is Bobby Portis coming back. Let me just bring that up on the screen. Salute to friends and family. Miss y'all. Y'all know I can't go too long without tapping in with friends and family. Bucks Nation was good. Let's get into this. Let me bring it up here. So let's first start with the Bobby Portis news, and then we're gonna go kind of. I'm trying to go in chronological order. We'll see how it work out. All right. So first and foremost, we got Bobby Portis, who signed a 3-year, $44 million contract with the player option for 27-28. Y'all know I feel a way about these player options. I it's cool, I get it, but I do feel a way about player option versus team option. I feel like team option obviously gives a lot more flexibility to the team. I'm not a fan or proponent of player options, especially for the Bucks, because it always tends not to work out our way when it's the player option. Just look at Pat Connaughton's contract. Not saying that's gonna happen with Bobby, but you got to protect yourself at all times, like boxing. And I feel like team option should be the priority and not player option. But I digress. So Portis declined his $13.4 million deal. At Portis is 30. All I want to say is, for the good, the bad, the ugly about Bobby Portis, we know what to expect. He's a double-double machine who can't play defense. And it's sometimes against better competition. But there's not many bigs that you can get that's 6'10", that can create their own shot, shoot the three, rebound, and things like that, which Bobby can do. I know a lot of people, including myself, were kind of on the fence or kind of wanted to move on for Bobby, and I still feel a way about this, but I will say that the contract is extremely team friendly for the Bucks, and it gives us a lot more flexibility financially. I was very concerned that teams were going to offer Bobby like 15, 18 million, something crazy. So I'm very happy that Bobby Portis did re-sign for a team-friendly deal. That's what makes this easier to digest, is that it's a team-friendly deal, and you know that Bobby Portis is kind of the heart and soul of this team. He gives us energy, toughness. So I think him coming back is not the worst possible scenario in the world. I do think he helps his team. He understands how things work, and I do think defense can be improved, because that's an effort thing. I do think that that's an effort thing that can be improved. In my opinion, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. But I am okay with Bobby coming back, especially at this price. I think this is super affordable. I think we're getting great value for Bobby Portis with this contract. As much as we go in about the defense, we got to look at the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? Bobby's giving us pretty much 70% of what we need, and the 30% is defense, IQ, and stuff like that he's not going to give us. But we know what to expect from Bobby, and at least it's another big, especially with the departure of Brook Lopez. We needed a big, and to get him signed at this price, I think was a phenomenal job from John Horst. We always go in on John Horst about what he does bad. Let's give him credit for when he does something right. And I feel like this signing at this price, even though it's a player option, 3 years is a short time. So I do think that this was an advantageous deal for the Bucks, and a great re-signing by John Horst. I do want to give John Horst his props on this signing. So I mean, look, Bobby's numbers are solid. 13 points a game, 14 almost, 9 rebounds. Bobby is a walking double double and a yearly candidate for 6th man of the year. Hard to pass that up for under 20 million a year. I mean, let's be real. So shout out to Bobby. The mayor is coming back. So shout out to us having another big. And then the other big news that we need to talk about as well is the return of Kevin Porter Jr. I was very concerned about how he was showing out in the playoffs and during the end of the year, that somebody was going to offer him big money. For us to get this type of talent back for 2 years, 11 million is a steal. Kevin Porter Jr. has all-star level talent, and we're getting him at damn near mid-level exception money. This again is another great move and great signing by John Horst. Again, when he does bad, we get on it. It'll be shots fired, but when he's doing right, hey, we got to give him the URL. Hey, we got to give him the Don DeMarco. He deserves 2 Don DeMarcos for this. I think that this is a great signing, Kevin Porter Jr. I mean, look at the value that you're getting for Kevin Porter. He's gonna score double figures, 5 rebounds, for what, $5.5 million a year? Come on, man, you can't beat that. Now we're gonna have even more flexibility financially moving forward. I really appreciate Bobby Portis and Kevin Porter Jr. signing team-friendly deals that didn't break the bank. We're in an okay spot, friends and family. We're in an okay spot. I know that Horst has done a lot of wrong, but he's trying to right his wrongs. You know what I'm saying? Bryson Tiller voice. He's trying to right his wrongs. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to do. And I appreciate the effort. I do appreciate the effort. I will say from the draft, I thought that the forward from Serbia was a good pick. I thought that Sears, undrafted, was a good pickup. I thought it was very smart. So the momentum is continuing to go with Horst, making good decisions from the draft moving forward. I'm seeing good decisions from John Horst. I do have a decision that I'm questioning. We'll get to that momentarily. But these 2 moves I am very happy with, and it's going to be such a relief to us financially. We don't even got to think about second apron or any of that. So we have full flexibility to really make moves now, especially with the money that we're freeing up from Brook as well. So I think we should be happy right now, friends and family, and just let's let John Horst cook. He seems to be getting his mojo together. Let's let him cook. Let's let him cook. He's doing all right so far. He's doing all right. I'm just really ecstatic that we got back Kevin Porter Jr. at such a cheap price. $5.5 million for his production. And he's going to be pretty much playing starter minutes, and he's going to produce with Dame out. This was definitely a value pick. Definitely a value pick. And then let's get into this as well. So it looks like Brook Lopez has signed 2 years, $18 million with the Los Angeles Clippers. Brook Lopez, we thank you for your services. You were a champion. You helped anchor our defense. You were a Defensive Player of the Year candidate and did a lot of good things for the Milwaukee Bucks, and you'll always be revered as a legend in the Bucks uniform and part of the championship squad. But it was time for us to move on from Brook. You were just too slow for today's game. You were just too slow. You were like a Neanderthal in a modern society. It just doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work. I don't even know what the plan is for the Clippers to sign you 2 years, 18 million. I'm not even sure what they're doing, but hey, bless their heart. Thank you. We needed to move on from Brook Lopez, and we're glad that you made this easier for us, Clippers, by signing Brook Lopez. And he'll be in California, so he'll be closer to things he likes to do, like Disney and all of that cartoon and anime and cosplay stuff. So he's in a perfect situation to do that. So I think Brook Lopez will be in a happy place. I'm sure he'll miss friends and family in Bucks Nation, but I think going into the twilight of his career, he'll be in a better place. What up, Bleacher Report boss? I'll get to those super chats shortly and to the comment section. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you. So Brook Lopez moved on. By Brook Lopez moving on, that has already increased our team speed by 50%. Our team speed and agility has increased 50% with the departure of Brook Lopez. Again, we respect you. I'm not kicking your back in, but we're going to be a much faster team, not worried about Brook Lopez. Not as slowest person on the team as Bobby Portis. And I think if we had a good coach, we could scheme Bobby Portis and protect him through scheme, but that's the problem. I don't know if our coach is capable. We'll see. Whole new year, coaching staff, maybe more time to galvanize and figure something out, so we'll see. But I do think Bobby could be coached up from his flaws. I really do believe that. And then the questionable is not bad. I just would have preferred to go in a different direction. Did we really need to re-sign Torian Prince? I mean, 2 years, 7.1 million. I feel like we could have got more value for that money than Torian Prince. Torian Prince really does not show up when you need him the most. He disappears too much. I don't know, but he is a big body. He shoots threes. I guess that's a positive. But if there's any person I would have probably let walk, in my opinion, it would have been Torian Prince, friends and fans. I'd have let him walk. He could have moonwalked right out the facility, and I wouldn't have cared at all. At all. But again, I get it. You're bringing back people familiar with the team. He does have size, wing, defender, allegedly. I get it, but in my opinion, I would have felt comfortable maybe moving on from Torian Prince. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. This is the only move so far that I feel is questionable by Horse. Was this move here? Is in my opinion. Everything else I'm happy about, but that's really it. And this isn't up to date. And Torian Prince made me so mad so many times last year. I don't know. Horse, this one is suspect. Now, this isn't up to date, but this is fairly accurate as far as our current salaries. I want to go through that. Then we'll get to the comment section. Oh, no, they updated it. Okay, so this is everyone under contract currently for the Milwaukee Bucks. We got Dame for this year, next year. We got Giannis for the next 3 years. Kuzma the next 2. I do want to say this. I do feel Kuzma has a very tradable contract if we're looking to make a splash for kind of an impact player. Kuzma has a very friendly contract. And then we got Bobby's new contract, which is friendly in my opinion. 13 million, 14 million, 15 million. For Bobby's stats is more than reasonable. Now, this is going to be the interesting move here because allegedly we're trying to trade Pat Connaughton because obviously he's an expiring contract. So depending how we flip that could even be more available money for the Bucks. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's up with this Luke Cornett thing. I don't recall this one. Y'all gonna have to catch me up on that one. And then obviously we got the Kevin Porter Jr. He has 2 years with the player option, which I'm sure he'll opt out again. He's gonna try to raise his value, so I get it. So we pretty much have Kevin Porter for next year, and then he has a player option. These player options are crazy. They need to start having team options. We're gonna have to figure out. We got to pay AJ Green. This is his last year in the contract. We definitely need to re-sign AJ Green. Andre Jackson Jr. team option. Chris Livingston team option. So this is a pretty important year for Andre Jackson Jr. and Chris Livingston. If they don't show anything this year, it's probably a wrap. It's probably a wrap. They'll be Beauchamp status, and yet again another round of wasted draft picks. So we got to see. This is their year to prove it, or they're gone. Livingston and Jackson Jr. Tyler Smith, we got a little bit more time with. And Pete Nance, I thought, played well enough that he should be sticking around as well. So I'm liking the way things are going right now for the Bucks. And I also like the things that I'm hearing that what they're going to do in the future, especially if we're going to move on from Pat C. I would really love to see that and get that $9 million off the books. And we should have a lot more available capital. So right now we're at $185 million. So we're doing great. right now. We're doing great. Again, like I said, my only questionable signing was, obviously it's not here yet, but it's the Torian Prince. I'm just not the biggest fan of Torian Prince at all, actually. Let's get into these comments section, and we gonna open up the lines here. Appreciate everyone tapping in, friends and family. Salute, salute. Let me just get this going here. Let's see who in the building. If you haven't already, hit the like button. There's a ton of y'all in here. Hit the free 99 button. Hit that like button. Appreciate y'all tapping in. See who in the building here. Link in the chat too. What up, Mr. Cool? Appreciate you tapping in. Eli Harris, what's good? Boy, mommy, what's good, man? Humble gentleman, what's good? Appreciate you. Brandon King Carter in the building. Robert Allen, what's good? The homie Dre West, I see you. Appreciate you tapping in. Gibson Nicholas, a.k.a. Barack Bahamas, is in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. Jeff Riley in the building. What's good? Greg Delaney, I see you. Mr. 414, the whole gang is in the building. Let's talk this Bucks talk. What's good? Hey, what up, Jimmy Roller? What up, Maria? 78 Sports TV, living legend. What's good? Pass, what's good? Rigo, Bleacher Report boss. My dude, highest human act is to inspire, is in the building. I see you, bro. John Hassel, what's good? Derek Stevenson, Scales. Hey, we got a lot to talk about, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. What up, Kendrick? I see you. Nikos, what's good? What up, Patricia P. Queens in the chat in the building. Derek After Dark, what's good? All right, y'all. We're going to have to get into it. Let's talk about it. I'm going to put the link in the chat here. Ryan Love, did I see you up in here? I thought I saw you. What's good, bro? Carrie, what's good? All the queens in the chat in here representing. Roddy, what's good? JST Fresh Tech. Link is going to be in the chat for y'all want to join, and we're going to get into some of these comments. See how friends and family are feeling about these moves. But first and foremost, we're going to get to Bleacher Report Boss Super Chat. Appreciate you with the $1.99 Super Chat. Bye, Felicia. Thank you, Brook, for real. Yeah, it was time for Brook, bro. It was time for Brook. It just is what it is. It was time for Brook. Hey, boy, mommy, I already know. Bucks talk is my favorite talk. You already know. Now, JST Fresh Tech, that is the $1 million question. What is going on with Gary Trent Jr.? Everyone else is pretty much re-signed at this point outside of Gary Trent Jr., so I am concerned about what his actual move will be. So that's something we need to keep an eye on. Because my brother actually brought it up before he went live. He's like, don't you think it's odd that Gary Trent Jr. Hasn't re-signed yet, or we haven't heard anything? That's a good point. He might be fielding offers. He had a very good second half of the season. Besides Game 5, he played very well. So I'm not sure what his value is on the open market. There might be teams willing to overpay for him. I mean, he's a 40% three-point shooter, solid defender. He does a lot of good things out there. So it'll be interesting to see. Now, if we have to move away from Gary Trent Jr., I'm not that upset because I do think we have younger talent that needs to step up, and I think that they can if we have to move away from Gary Trent Jr. So we're going to see what happens, but great comment. I agree. Jeff Riley said Gary Trent Jr. should be back for around $7 to $9 million, hopefully. I'm not mad at that. I think that's reasonable. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all, Jeff. I think that's completely valid. I think he's earned that. That's nothing out. That's not, being cheap. I feel that that's fair. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's another thing that was brought up as well. What up, Jay Hall? I think Horace is going to sign Ayton on a 1-year deal. I've been hearing a lot about Ayton as well. There's been so many swirls around players coming to the Bucks. It's not as bad as y'all say it is about players wanting to come to Milwaukee. It's not as bad as y'all say it is. Trust me. Getting somebody like DeAndre Ayton, I think, would be solid for us. He would help as well. I do think he was, as long as his attitude is in check. I'm not sure what type of locker room guy he is or anything like that, but I definitely would prefer, obviously, much younger. He is versatile as well, DeAndre Ayton over Brook Lopez. But the thing is, how much would that 1-year deal cost would be the real question. But I'm definitely for DeAndre Ayton. Absolutely. He has some upside. I just think he needs a strong locker room presence. Hey, Dre West, you said you frustrated. Elaborate, bro. What's going on? Nico Sana, you think Gary Trent Jr. will cost us? I think he'll be the most expensive re-signing out of everyone else that we've re-signed. That I do agree with. But I don't think it's going to be like back-breaking. No Strays ENT is in the building. Congratulations, Bobby. You can finally afford to buy some real perk. No Strays. Come on, bro. Jay Hall said, I don't want Gary at $8 million. Come on, bro. He not worth $8 million? Come on. Dre West said we bringing back the same players, though. Where did we get better? I understand where you're going, Dre West. What I will say is that the subtraction of Brook is a positive. I am the only thing that I'm upset about. I didn't want Torian Prince back. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm all right. No peace. I didn't want Torian Prince back, and I was on the fence about Bobby, but his contract is making it digestible. Kevin Porter Jr. contract and what he brings to the table. Yes, he was already in the Bucks, but I feel like he brings a lot of upside and positives, and he's youth, athletic. So I'm not upset there. The only thing I can agree with you with, Dre West, is really on the Torian Prince. I don't think we needed Torian Prince to come back at all, to keep it real. But I get where you're going. AB, Ayton is probably as good as it gets at this point. Absolutely. He would be a solid center for us. Solid. He got that little mid-range. He has some upside, clearly. He has upside. But does anyone know about him in the locker room? That's what I want to know. I don't want any like questionable characters in this locker room. Everybody getting along. Yeah, Ryan Love said they're trying to trade Pat to give him that $10 million per year. Yeah, exactly. And it's an expiring contract, so I do think that's very possible. I definitely think that's possible. I don't think it's too far off. Mr. Cole, the living legend, what's good? The national media would have you think Brook Lopez is a young Wilt Chamberlain. Of course we know that. Oh! Shout out to Mr. Cool, man. Said a young Wilt is crazy. Shout out to Mr. Cool. I'm not worried about Brook. They can have Brook. Okay, so they said the report is signed for 7 and 9. Okay, that's a lot. We're gonna have a lot of free money, y'all. We're gonna have way more free money than you think. We're gonna be able to bust a move, I think. Ah, okay. Good look at Dre West. He said Rich Paul is TP and Gary Trent Jr. agent. They saying he had to make sure the TP's contract didn't eat up the mid-level exception. Okay. Like I said, hey, this is the best chat on YouTube. We the smartest people in the building. If you really want to understand sports, Bucks, NBA, this is where you need to be. We got all the stats. We got all the brains. What's going on? Salute the friends and family, the best in the business. Just wanted to get that out here. You are in the right space. Nico Sana, no, Ayton is very reasonable. I don't think Clarkson is gonna want a bag. I can't see that, Nico Sana, but Ayton I think is reasonable. Oh, here he come! Here he come! Ah, Moose! I would give that money to Bowl instead of Prince. I knew you was coming with some Bowl. I knew you. Just like when I know Gibson come on here, Gibson is about to talk about the development program. When I see Moose 414, I know I'm about to see something about Bowl. Shout out. Ah, Bowl. You know what? You're not wrong. I would actually prefer Bowl over a Torian Prince, to keep it real. I without a shadow of a doubt. Whatever Bowl issues are, I think it could be coached. His athleticism and freakish ability, that's God given. I definitely would take Bowl over Torian Prince. I think that's a better gamble. That's just my personal opinion. Boy, mommy, he's standing on, and he is standing on Bobo. He's solid. Just look up his highlights. He's solid. He's definitely solid. 100%. Okay, so Scales, you saying Kuz or TP gotta go? I, I I feel you, and I do think Kuz's contract being so favorable that it would be easy to, not easy, but it would be easier to move Kuzma. Nick, I think they're so far so good. Like I said, the only questionable one is the Torian Prince. Otherwise, everything else is slick. Saul Cali was good. Shout out to my dude. Giannis will make Aiden better. Yeah, and I think that Aiden is running out of chances, so he's gonna have to get it together. So if he could come to the Bucks, I think that'd be a great move. What up, John Hassel? Appreciate the $2 super chat. Got KPJ. Let's get Gary Trent Jr. and Aiden, and we good for real and fam. Yeah, I think we would be a pretty solid team. Bringing back Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent Jr., and Aiden. I think we're a playoff caliber team. I think we're like 5th seed again with that team. In the East, I think we're a 5th seed. That is, Giannis and Aiden, I think, could work well together. Now it'd be the thing we have to be concerned about is if Kevin Porter Jr. be able to facilitate appropriately. That will be the big thing. Can KPJ facilitate to get Giannis the ball the way he needs to get it, or if we do acquire Aiden, for Aiden to get the ball the way he needs it. So that'll be the thing. Is the distribution? So that would be my only concern. But I'm liking what we're doing so far. Okay, Ryan Love said Doc can coach Aiden. I think he'll respect Rivers. That's fair. That's fair. We not broke. Come on, why you coming here like that? State of mind. Bucks have no shot at Aiden. Stop. We not broke. That's the problem. We don't got no bag, but we got a bag. You feel me? State of mind. We don't have the bag, but we got a bag. We got a bag. Hold on. We not broke. I don't even use that word in my vocabulary to keep it real. And if y'all get into speaking stuff in existence, don't be using them type of negative words. Don't even put that stuff in your ecosystem. Trust me, it work out way better that way. You said playing, Robbie H, playing if we had that squad. I think that's better than a play-in, bro. Come on, bro. We could get 5th, 6th seed with that squad. With Giannis, we could definitely do that. Come on, bro. AB says CP3 to the Bucks would be fun to watch. Okay, I feel you, but what does CP3 have left? And he had such a beef with Giannis, I couldn't even see that happening. But isn't CP3 like 43? I mean, how many minutes can he play at this point? Y'all let me know. I could be tripping. But I just don't see the value at this point in his career, at this stage. Derek Steve said Bobo's way better than Thawmaker. I 100% agree. I 100% agree with that. Oliver Story said, can Dame take a pay cut? Yo, Dame ain't taking no pay cuts, fam. You know that. What? No, I feel you. But nah, he's not doing that, bro. Mr. Cool said that would be a good idea. It would, but I don't even know how something like that would work. Okay, so Scales, you are back on this then, right, Scales? So you saying you prefer Giannis to run point right now, so back to Giannis at point forward for this season, or just period moving forward, Scales? Do you think, I understand for this season if you're saying with Dame out, but do you think moving forward that Giannis should just have the ball in his hand and he should be the facilitator? Let me know in the comment section, Scales. Dre West said it would be no space for Giannis with Aiden on the floor, none. You don't think there's any way to make that work? I see what you're saying, Dre West, but you don't think there's any way to make that work? Cam Reddish is trash, bro. Cam Reddish need to be playing for Tel Aviv Maccabi. No, he need to be playing for Tel Aviv Maccabi or something. Yeah, Cam Reddish is not an NBA caliber player. I'll be surprised if he gets picked up. Yeah, I'll definitely be surprised. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Chessbot. Giannis don't like dude. I can't see him just turning the other cheek. Markelle Fultz is done too. He had his chance. We don't. I'd rather have Dennis Schroeder than Markelle Fultz, to keep it real. At least I know what I'm gonna get from Dennis Schroeder versus Markelle Fultz. We don't know what to expect from dude. Nico Sana said if we don't sign a center, GA needs to embrace the 5. He might have to make some adjustments. I agree. He might have to make some adjustments, 100%. He might have to make some adjustments. I can understand where you're coming from, Scales, and then build the offense around that. I get what you're saying, kind of similar to what LeBron James runs. Oh, I know who you talking about. Yeah, that's that young athletic dude. I know who you talking about, Dre West. I don't want to butcher his name. I think it's Yabusele. Yeah, I know exactly who you talking about. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Mr. Cole said, I can't stand the thought of seeing Kuzma and Prince again. Again, Kuzma has a very team-friendly contract that's very tradable for his production. Never forget that, Mr. Cool. He has a tradable contract, and to keep it real, so does Torian Prince. Torian Prince ain't getting no real back. So yeah, we gonna see, but I think they're still tradable contracts no matter what, Mr. Cool. But we definitely gonna see what happened. AB, I don't either. I'm just saying I would rather have him, that type of player, versus who we mentioned earlier. But I feel you on that. Eli said GA gets gas fast when he plays PG. That's the other thing to think of. So that's a lot more energy. Maybe center might be easier for him. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that that's a good option. Jimmy Roller, come on, bro. Shout out to Jimmy Roller. Shots fired. All right, let me tap into Hobie Gibson is in the building. Mr. Barack Bahamas is in the building. Here he is. What's good? So tell me what you think about horse moves. It's been a minute. Salute to the Bahamas. If y'all didn't know, we not local, we global over here.
Salute, Mr. Amber. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody. I have been missing out on action for a little while, but I am happy and proud to be back in the chat, Amber. I'm super excited that I see a lot of teams making a lot of beautiful moves. So I have my eyes on the Buck. You see, I ain't even come in the chat angry and things like that. I have worked on that over the years. I'm calm now. I'm more cool. So I'm just waiting to see what move is gonna be made. I
So
look
what
at
do you
the
think about
draft.
the moves from today? So
Wow,
okay,
they
so
were like,
are you in favor of the re-signing of Torian Prince, the re-signing of Kevin Porter Jr., and the re-signing of Bobby Portis Jr., or would you have done something different? And does it bother you that Brook Lopez is gone on you?
okay, okay. I am really excited that Bobby has came back. I appreciate that one. I love that one. Kevin Porter Jr. He is still young. I love that one. But the signing of Torian Prince, I am not too sure with that one.
That's that yeah, that
We could we could get somebody more better for that 2 years we give him. We could get somebody else better. But at the same time, Amber, I
hey,
like
you
how
know who I'd
Lopez.
rather have the Torian Prince? Hey, you gonna like this. Hey, guess it. I'd rather have your boy Dorian Finney-Smith.
Oh, come on, man. That would have been good. That would have been smooth sailing, Amber. That would have been smooth sailing. So, Amber, so with the signing of Lopez is gone. Lopez, I appreciate you as a buck, but it was time for you to go. You wait too late to move out. So that give us more flexibility to go out there and get somebody. Well, Doc, I would love for you to put Tyler Smith in the game. I would love for Tyler Smith to get some more playing time to see if those guys could develop. But
Oh, the other
what I
thing too
want,
that I wanted you to touch on too. Hey, friends and family, let's talk about this in the chat too. We got to re-sign Jericho Sims. That's another player that
right,
we need to re-sign.
right,
Friends and family,
yep,
start talking about that in the chat. Jericho Sims. Are y'all worried about him
right.
coming back or not? Go ahead, Gibson. I just wanted to throw that in there as well.
That would have been a good, awesome too. And what I want the Bucks organization to do that this upcoming season, let it be Doc Rivers' last chance. Let it be his last chance. If he don't get it together, you push him in the front office. Even if you don't want to go, you dance him in there, you match him, you say, Doc, we're not firing you. We think this is the rule where you could get
Right.
involved in
You're
something other else.
graduating. You're not being fired. You're
Yeah,
graduating.
yeah, right.
You're graduating.
We make you sure you go in the front office. We bring in somebody what could get things done. But in the meantime, Amber, we still need a center now, Amber. We still need a center because Lopez is not there anymore, so we have to get a center. We cannot go in the next season with no perimeter defense. We need that center. We need that rim protection.
But I
Lopez.
believe that's where I think Jericho Sims would come in. That's why I do think we need
Yep,
to re-sign
yep,
Jericho
yep,
Sims.
yep. So, and we can't let no other team get Gary Trent. We need to hurry up, lock him up. We need to lock up Gary Trent. So I'm not mad. I'm not angry that we didn't do no big heavy signing. No, we stick with what we have because why? Those guys already know the chemistry of the team. They already built that chemistry and that continuity of the team. So it will be very interesting to see that we get some other wing defend would help us to defend on the wing. That would be very great. So I am looking for the Bucks to see what them is taking so long to not get rid of Pat Connaughton because he's probably one of the
Pat
longest
Connaughton is on the
Buccaneers.
trading block. They're trying to move
So
Pat Connaughton.
so if they could move Pat before the night out, I would be glad you could free up that
He
money.
said
You could
before
put.
the night is out. I heard that. Damn,
I'm
Gibson.
before the
This
night
man
is
said
out.
before the night is out is wild.
Man,
Come on,
Amber,
Gibson.
listen, Amber, Amber, we have to learn from this.
Ah,
This
Gibson.
this this playoff against the Clippers, not against the Pacers and OKC Thunder, it has opened up my eyes a lot, and it should open up the Bucks organization eyes a lot to say, hey, that we cannot come into next season playing around. The minute the season start off, we need to hit the ground running
Run
right
it.
away.
That's a great point.
We need to hit the ground running instead of everybody vacation. They supposed to be hitting the gym right away, putting in that weight from right away. You don't participate in no other fever things. You mark them up. I ain't got time for that. I get time to be putting in weight. So how could I make myself more better? How could I make this
Well,
team
that's
better?
why some of the
So
guys are over in Greece. Andre Jackson Jr., a few other guys over with Giannis
right,
in Greece, Tyler Smith. So I think those will be things that help those young guys because we need one of these young guys to step up another level. We need somebody to
right,
level up. If it's AJ Green that's going to level up, Ryan Rollins, one of our young guys has to separate themselves and become something. If it's Chris
uh,
Livingston out the blue, Tyler Smith, somebody has to become something. They just
right.
can't be a ninth, 10th guy. Somebody has to become an impact player. That's what we're going to need to really elevate this team, especially with Dame out. One of our young guys has to elevate their game all the way around. They have to make a leap. If they don't make a leap, we'll be running in place. One of the young guys has to step up. Has to.
So I have a question. So with that Serbian player we draft, is he's coming to be on the roster for next season, or are they gonna keep him overseas? That's what I
I
would like
think
to know.
I'm not 100% sure. I think we're gonna see what happens with that one. I guess it depends what he shows in summer league and all of that stuff, and G League maybe. But I would assume they're going to stash him, but you never know. He has a lot of upside offensively, so it'll be interesting to see. The problem with that guy is defense, but defense is an effort thing. It's not really a skill. It's more of an effort thing.
So Amber, question: where is our? I know our invited guest has been in the chat, but he has been quiet. That I we told him he didn't want to listen to us. We told him now look at his team. His team is shattered apart. No Luke Cornett, no Drew Holiday, no Christoph Porzingis. What Boston is going to be next season? I know what they're going to be. A playing team. They got Holiday gone.
No strays.
Holiday gone.
He at you. No strays. What you gonna do? He at you. Shots fired.
Holiday gone. Holiday is gone. Christoph gone. Now Cornet signed 4 years with the Spurs. You all finished, no straight ENT. I told you, I told you, I told you. Horford? Horford almost gonna be a man of 40. What are you supposed to do? You run up and down with them young guys. By the time you get down to the end of the court, you go to Brett, Brown, and Tatum. I don't care what Tatum trying to do, trying to rush come back. Ain't nothing happening, brother. Ain't nothing happening. So you might as well just sit out and take that L. You rush and come back, re-injure that foot again, you order for another season. So ain't nothing happening. Boston, y'all finish. I hate to say it, no strength D. I gonna put the icing on the cake for you. Y'all are finished. Y'all are finished. Now Amber, next question. Next question. Next question is Amber. We need to come in the next season to let the Bucks organization and owners and coaches and GM to plan player development. We need to continue to preach
Yes.
this.
Yes.
We need to
Yes.
continue. We need to continue to preach this on this stuff, and I will continue. I will continue. I will continue to preach player development for this Milwaukee Bucks team.
Get him,
If I have
Gibson.
to protest it, we have to get it in. That's why this playoff against the Pacers and the OKC Thunder, it has shown me a lot. Okay, the Pacers, Amber, they didn't go after big superstars. They built in silence. They built
That
and
is
they
a great
dropped.
comment. Whoa, 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 whoa. Repeat that again. That's an outstanding comment. Go ahead,
They
Gibson. Please repeat that.
okay, OKC, the Pacers, the Indiana Pacers, Bucks Nation. They did not go after big superstars. They only added one or two pieces and they built in silence. They built in silence, and by them building in silence, you see what they did? They made it to the NBA Finals. They made it very far. Because why? The GM thought that signing those guys, people say, oh, those guys, good. No, he know what he was doing. He was playing chess with the league. But what they did, they made a run to the finals. They win the conference finals twice. So that's trying to show me that Tyrese Halliburton have two conference finals and Giannis only have one. Help it make sense to us, Bucks organization. Instead that we are chasing
Mm.
after other superstars, why cannot we develop our own in our own house, Amber? That's why I said
Hey, man, get the
player
likes
development,
up. Hey, get the likes
player,
up. Hey, Gibson
player
is over here
development,
cooking from the Bahamas. A shout out to
Amber,
all our other global
Amber,
members in the chat.
player, Amber. I told you. I sat down. I went back. That's why I didn't come on the chat. I sat down and I watched the review of those playoffs. I said, you know what? The same thing what the Indiana places could do. If Doc Rivers was a smart and wise coach, he would have took a playbook or the Rick Carlisle's book and used the young guys. He didn't use much of the vets. He used the young guys. He used like Aaron Neesmith, the
Namhard.
T.J. McCollum, Nemhard, those guys. Those are the guys that Carlisle let play, the young guys. But
Oh,
Doc won't do the
Matherin, like Matherin. Benedict Matherin,
right.
players, yeah. But we could do
So
that, though, Gibson. I think this year we're going to see a step up from Tyler Smith. I think out
all
of
right.
the players we have, Tyler Smith has the most upside out of them young guys that can really give some meaningful production. I think if it
Right.
given time, I really think Tyler Smith has a lot of upside. I am starting to waver in confidence for Chris Livingston. I maybe it's due to lack of playing time, but even when he play, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing any special effects with Chris Livingston, respectfully. I know what Ajax is. He's a defender, and he could be like a pseudo point guard. I know what he is. I know that AJ Green is a sharpshooter. I know what he is. I know KPJ is a slasher, a creator, and a finisher. I'm just not sure about these others. You know what I'm saying? And I think that with Tyler Smith, I don't know what he is yet, but I do think he has the most upside. And I think if we are able to get him some run this year, I think he'll be very productive. And I think
So
with the losing Brook is going to force us to play other bigs. And I think just by our roster's current makeup, it's going to first force Doc to play the young guys by force. Hold on 1 second. Let's get the homie Dre West super chat. Shout out to you, Dre West. Appreciate the super chat. Dre West, appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Correction, Giannis has 2 conference finals, not 1, Gibson. That's true. The first, he had the one against Boston.
Right.
Yeah, so it's 2. Yeah. Good correction. Appreciate you, Dre West.
Appreciate you, guys. I'm now. What the Bucks organization have to do before the season start? They need to have a in-person meeting with all the coaches on the team, say with Doc Rivers, the assistant coaches, and all those guys, and management just need to meet with them privately. The reason why I say privately, and then we wind the tape and show Doc Rivers. We understand that I know, Amber, but something have to change, Amber, because this team cannot
It
stay
is
like
going
this.
to change. We got to wait a year.
Yeah, the talent. The reason why I say we have to change because the talent is there. The guys needed the chance. Some guys on that team they deserve a chance, and I
I agree.
agree.
That's fair.
They
That's fair. Give
they
these dudes a
deserve
chance.
a
Let's
chance.
just see. Let them fail. Let's see what they are. We don't even know what Livingston is. He never got in the game. We're doing Livingston the same way we did Beauchamp. And
Thank you
then
very
they're
much.
so nervous in the game, they don't even know what to do. They just scared, and then they just broke it. I just don't want us to break Chris Livingston like we broke Beauchamp.
Oh yeah,
And
we broke
yanking him
in
in
pieces.
and out, never allowing him to get caught. We broke Beauchamp. And I feel we're doing the same to Chris Livingston, and we're doing a disservice by drafting someone, making all these promises, and never playing him to even see what they're capable of is insane. It's insane.
So I am super excited that Bobby is back. I'm super excited that we get KPJ back. No other team grab him. I am proud of that. But the signing of Torian Prince, it wasn't really a fan favorite for me. But we still have to.
Hold on.
It wasn't a fan favorite for me, Amber. It
That's
was.
crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, Torian Prince had his moments though, Gibson. I'll say this: he was obviously a top 3-point shooter in the league, but it's just like when
Right.
you needed him to hit threes or be effective offensively, he wasn't. I would have preferred moving on from Torian Prince. But this is on a side note. Hey, my boy Malik Beasley, the shimmy, he might be shimmying in the joint. This man is being investigated. We need to talk about that too. That's crazy. Malik Beasley gambling. Woo! You might be shimmying in the wrong place, bro. That's crazy. Hold on 1 second. We got Bleacher. Hey, Bleacher, tap in too when you get a chance.
So that's all like looking at that. I just want
Oh,
this
it's
team.
3. Okay, it's the 3 guys: Raptors, Boston, then Hawks. That's right. I forgot about the Hawks. Yeah. Salute, Brandon. Appreciate. Salute, Bleacher. Appreciate you.
So Amber, what do you think about the signing of Neil Alexander Walker from the Atlanta Hawks? I was praying for the Bucks to grab him. I was praying that we sign him. I was praying, but
We gotta
it
see.
is.
I'm not that hurt. I feel a little overrated, a little bit too much gas. We'll see. I'm okay. Like I said, I'm okay for what we've done outside of Torian Prince. We could have left his money on the floor for somebody else to grab it. I'd have preferred us leaving that money on the floor.
Yep. So the Bucks going right there and sign him back.
Yeah,
So
no, Ryan Love. I think Rollins has a chance to have a breakout season. I agree with that. I think he has a lot of upside. I think Rollins has a lot of upside.
So we'll see, Amber. So we'll see. So Aiden is the only big man left on there on the free agent market. Is all the rest of them gone. All the rest of them gone.
Hold on 1 second. Dre West said we have 14.1 million mid-level exception, and we're 17 million under the cap. We still have to sign Gary Trent Jr. in the center at the league minimum and fill out 5 roster spots. I feel you. That's why we're going to see what happened, though, Dre West. I do think, so if you take in consideration, we signed Gary Trent to probably 3 years, 21 million. How does that affect the numbers? So let's just say we signed Gary Trent 3 years, 21 million. Salute, Dre West. Appreciate you.
So I just praying.
Okay, so Sal Kiley said he's 16.3 million under the luxury tax. 4 roster spots. Okay. And just because we got 4 open doesn't mean we need to sign 4 people. Do you know what I'm saying? We could let's see how things pan out. We shouldn't just do something just to do it. Mr. Cool said the good news is we have the best player definitely in the Eastern Conference, actually the NBA. So we don't have to have a ton of great players. We need good, solid role players. I agree with that, Mr. Cool. I think that's valid. Hold on, let me tap in Bleacher Report, boss. Hold on 1 second. Bleacher, I'm tapping you in. All right, Bleacher Report, boss. Tell me how you felt about everything today so far and what your thoughts moving forward.
Well, I'm happy with all the moves we've been making so far. I feel that the Bucks are taking their time trying to get the trade done with content to do another move, but right now, I just want the Bucks to just get the guys they can get right now. So it's not gonna be too much of an hassle right now. But
Right. And are you comfortable we're gonna sign Gary Trent Jr.?
Gary decided the deal.
No, I said, are you confident? Yeah, they said it's gonna be maybe between 7 and 9 million.
I would love that deal if he does it.
I said 3 years, 21 million. I would be okay with Gary Trent.
I'll be totally okay with that. So
Yeah,
it's just see like everyone wanted to wait and see when Dave comes back, and now I'll be happy with that decision if everybody just comes back. But if they can get Aiden, I would love that. I would love them to
I think
get
he's a
Aiden.
quality big. I know people in the chat are concerned about Ayton as far as him clogging up the lane with the Giannis.
Right.
So that would be the other issue. And then how do you feel about Bobby's contract? Kevin Porter
I
Jr.'s
loved it.
contract.
I
Okay.
loved it. I loved it. As soon as I see the deal, it was only like $1 million over what he got on his regular deal. So it's like everybody wants to stay. Everybody wants to try to get this to the run. So I know that everybody was upset about the Prince deal, but overall, I wanted the Bucks to really get the guys that y'all supposed to play around. So I wasn't upset about all the other stuff that's been going on. But Brook is gone. Hallelujah.
Yeah, that was my
Hallelujah.
biggest thing. Yeah, I thought they was gonna try to re-sign Brook. Oh, that's one of the best moves. The one we didn't make, re-signing Brook. That's one of our best moves.
I was so happy he was gone because I mean, don't disrespect to him. Thank you for doing what you did for us, but at the same time, it was time for him to go. It was
No
too many.
doubt.
It was
Yeah,
time. Too slow and old. How many times we said a lot? We keep saying that he's too slow and old for us,
yeah.
man. No, get a young guy that can help Giannis. Just I don't know why they waited so long to get rid of him. It was just too much.
Now
Too
we can
much.
play at a different pace and play more up tempo as well, like the current NBA. Just by removing Brook Lopez, it increased our team speed by 50%.
And not only that too, I mean, we don't have to play that silly drop coverage no more. He's
There you.
out of
Oh,
there.
great point. Great point.
We don't have to play that drop coverage no more. Out of there. So Doc Rivers, salute to Daniel. So Doc Rivers could run a different play style. That idiot is gone. I was so happy. I didn't want to be too excited, but we need to play a different style of basketball to keep up with the modern NBA. That drop coverage, I hated that, Amber. I hate that.
Oh no, we all
That
did. Hey, that was getting Indiana cooked a little bit in the finals playing that drop coverage. Drop coverage just is not sustainable in today's NBA. The
no.
way the NBA is now, you just can't play drop coverage. Teams will destroy you. You play drop coverage now; they'll destroy you. I think that's done. That time of the drop coverage is done. I just don't see how it can be effective. And then Bleacher, how did you feel about Malik Beasley? You heard what happened to him?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to say real quick about shoot.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so I think the Beasley thing is crazy. That as far as him being accused of gambling is wild. Is extreme. Maybe that's hey, Mr. Cool. Maybe that's why he was so inconsistent. He didn't have money on the floor in them games. He wasn't playing well. Shout out to Mr. Cool. Shout out to Mr. Cool. Let me ask you this, Bleacher. We were talking earlier. Do you think now the way our roster is set up, do you believe that this will force Doc Rivers to play the young guys by force just because of how the current roster's makeup? That it's going to force Doc to get out of his comfort zone and play the youth?
Well, he had no choice.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
how I feel.
this is it for him. If he don't try to play better, do what he's supposed to be doing this year, then he's not gonna stay this year. Just you try to get all these old players, you don't got no time no more to do that. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. Gary Trent. I'm trying to check to see the Bucks
Hey,
do
no
this.
strays. ENT back in the chat said Hospital Celtics still a top 3 team in the East. No strays ain't ducking no smoke. Hey, shout out to No Strays ain't ducking no smoke. I be telling you, Gibson. you say his name 3 times like Candyman, he gonna appear, bro. He said top 3. You wildin', No Strays. Top 3 is
I'm
wild. That's
I'm
wild.
a, I'm a no straight. I'm
Hey,
gonna say
I got
he
breaking
don't want to preach.
news.
Hold on one second.
Breaking news.
Go ahead.
Gary Trent Jr. has signed a 2-year, $7.5 million deal to return to the Bucks with a player option for next year.
That's it?
Yeah, it's legit. Shit.
Oh, hey, that's a ooh. Can you repeat that information again? That is value.
Gary Trent has agreed to sign a 2-year, $7.5 million deal to return to the Bucks, plus a player option. Making strong to retain. It made strong efforts to retain negotiate his deal with Rich Paul and Lucas.
Shout
It's
out to hold on. Shout out to Barack Bahamas, man. The people miss Barack Bahamas in the chat. Salute.
Hey, hey, I'm like what I tell no straight ENT. He could come in this chat and say what he want to say, but the facts, like what Jordan say, it has laid plain and simple. They will speak for themselves. When you see Boston ain't up in that top tier, like see, you have to understand. Everybody that figure out Boston, they only like to shoot a bunch of threes. That's all they do. They live by the tree, they die by the tree. So what I'm trying to say to no straight T, how you see the Milwaukee Bucks, we still get our players back. Brook is not there anymore. Giannis
uh,
is coming back to be on a mission. Go ahead,
I
Daniel.
want. I got some service analysis for all those people that say y'all's gonna leave, y'all's gonna go somewhere. These guys ain't signed these deals if y'all's leaving. They're
Right,
not
that's a
signing
fact. Facts.
these deals
Facts.
if they're leaving. So they
Facts.
need to
So
stop.
So
They
our core
they
is back now too. So we're happy now. So Junior Mafia is back together again. Shout out to Junior Mafia. They're back. If you didn't know, that's the name of our bench because of how many juniors we have on the bench. This was coined by Amtrax, and they go by Junior Mafia. If you hear that anywhere else, we started it. We are the originators of a lot, but not to toot our own horn, but we the best in the business.
so
Hit the like button.
I'm
So,
also like Daniel what I was telling I'm a little earlier. We have to preach player development on this chat. So John Horse and his crew, so when they watch it, so they could see that player development is key. It is very, very important to this Bucks organization. We could give you an example, Amber. Let's use the Miami Heat and the Golden State Warriors. Miami Heat, they don't go after top superstars. They get undraft player and turn them into pit bull dogs. Let's take an example. That's what they do, Amber. That culture down there is sweet. Why is it the Milwaukee Bucks cannot sit down, observe, and analyze and say, you know what? Let's see if we can model our culture the way they do their culture. Let's establish that. And then you establish that player development, Amber. You won't have to be looking on free agent market looking for superstars. You have them here.
Gibson is bringing up good points. Please hit the like button. Go ahead, Gibson.
point it is a lot. Like he does not want to go to the Lakers because he already know that LeBron's already talking crazy over here right now. You go to a team that you know that wants to try to win right now. You're in the East. You only got like a couple teams to worry about, but if A comes to the Bucks, I believe he can do better here. Like I watch him play. He got better with his jump shot. So I would love to have Aiden here. I know everybody said the guy from Philly, but I don't know if they're gonna afford him. But to the Bucks get these deals, the lowest they got it is amazing to
Hold
me.
on 1 second. Pass coming in on the super chat. Hold on 1 second. Oh, hold on, homie. Pass. What up, Pass? Appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Shout out to Jersey. Laughing, another player option for Trent. Horse love hurting us in the future. There are 3 player options. That's what I keep saying. I don't know what it is with the player option. That's it. That's the only thing I did like, Pass. You're 100% right. These player options are crazy. They should all be team options. It does hurt us. It hurt us with Pat contract, to keep it real.
So right, Amber. So you take those two teams I put into consideration, and you apply that tactic and you mold the Milwaukee Bucks after those teams. Watch how dangerous and scary this Bucks team will be. Because why? You didn't establish the
Right.
development program. It already established. So you don't have to go on the market looking for them. They're already here, Amber. They're already here at home. They are
Right.
in the house. All you do is just put the puzzle together and you complete the pieces.
Mm.
And bam, and then Amber, you get a dangerous team. A dangerous team. You see, a dangerous team. Because I look at Indiana, Daniel. I watch Indiana. They didn't go all over the place trying to bring in big superstar. Only one superstar they bring was Pascal Siakam, and they throwing them couple little pieces what they had there, and they bam, they was the top of the team. They was the talk of the town. So it's all have to do is player development is very important now. It is a very key important role to every team
Facts,
organization.
Anthony Lacey.
It's
Great.
very important.
Right. Hold on 1 sec. No, those are great points, Anthony Lacey. As far as going back, push back on what Pass was saying, as far as with the player options. I do get that. I don't prefer the player. I prefer team, but I do understand from the other perspective that Anthony Lacey is saying is that you can't expect players to sign these deals that low and not have something in their favor like a player option, because Gary Trent Jr. is making way lower than I thought he would make. I would like to know. I don't know if Dre West, Pass, or anybody else in the comment section with these new current numbers can let us know how far we're under the cap and how much room we have left to maybe sign a quality bid. Amtrak said, read an article which is proven to be true where they said the new CBA has effectively destroyed the NBA middle class. Only max deals or minimums. Interesting.
Wow.
Really? That's an
Yeah.
interesting. Let me put that back up for friends and family. Hold on. That's a great comment. Said read an article which is proven to be true where they said the new CBA has effectively destroyed the NBA middle class. Only max deals or minimums. I can see that though, because everybody inside it, you either got a big deal or you got a small deal. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Great comment. Shout out to Beats by the Pound.
they just this CBA I made is affecting the league bad, man. This CBA thing is affecting the league very bad. It is very affecting the league bad. So
But
let's
that's
just
okay. Now
continue.
that's what the thing is. Let it be like that because that gives everybody a chance.
Yep,
Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
We could find our way amongst the chaos. We'll be straight. We have as good a chance as any other team in the NBA to make some noise next year. With the injuries and player movement, we have just as good a chance as any. All we need to do is be healthy in the playoffs. That's all Indiana was. OKC
Yep,
was. Let's keep it real. I'm not saying these teams weren't talented. I'm not saying OKC is not ultra talented. I'm not saying Indiana was ultra talented, but none of them went through any injuries besides Indiana in game 7. Their team was mostly available throughout the whole playoffs. That is the name of the game. Seeding doesn't matter. Y'all care about all this seed. I don't care about seeding. You just need to be healthy getting the playoff. That is your number one seed. The number one seed is who's really healthy going into the playoffs. That's what matters most, not the seeding. Let me repeat, stop whining about seeding this year. Just be healthy in the playoffs and everything will work itself out. We have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Why are you scared about playing on the road? Why are you
yep.
scared about playing on the road? We got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Every place for
Amber,
him is like 5-star form. It's 30 and 10 no matter where he goes. He just need to
Um,
bring his crew with him. So we
but
just need to be healthy, and we got as good a chance as anybody else, in my opinion, healthy. Go ahead,
Amber, and I
Gibson, and
call,
go to Bleacher.
I'm calling it Amber. You and Breacher's witness this year. I calling it early for next season. I don't need the league to blackball my boy from MVP. If the man putting up special numbers, we have to give credit where it's due. The guy has. There's no way that
That's true.
SGA supposed to win that MVP
Bro,
over Giannis.
everybody is shocked of this deal that Gary Trent. They're like, bro, they can get considered now like this deal. Like
Right.
they're shocked. They are shocked about this deal.
I
They
wait to
thought
see what number scales. Anybody in the chat, Mr. Cole? Y'all got any team numbers now after these moves? Because I feel like we have a lot more room now than we initially thought.
So
Hold on. What's that? Nana Nu said Horace is so up and down in my opinion, but damn, he's having a good night. Facts. Let's give him his credit. Yo, shout out to you. Right, he's having a good night. Let's get that man his flower. Hey, like I was saying earlier, we black out on Horace all the time, but we gotta give him his flowers. We got. Pass. We gotta give him his flowers today though for getting all these people at these Ross prices at Burlington Coat Factory pricing. We signed all of these people at Burlington Coat Factory and Ross pricing. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that at all.
People talking crazy last couple days. Oh, they gonna sign all these players back, blah blah blah. And look what happened.
And we still got room, and we got some room.
Yep. All we need is the Big Ten right now.
Well, we keep saying that. We got to start understanding. Let's talk about Sims. We do need to bring back Sims. He's a developing young big. We get him at another $1 million or $2 million. We'll still have room for another quality, bigger wing. I don't think that we're going to... Jericho Sims, especially if Gary Trent only took 3.5, I can't see Sims taking more than... What, $4.5 million, $5 million, 3 years? I can't see much more than that. $5 million max for 3 years is what I could see max, and then that would still give us a lot of room or wiggle room. Hey, Dre West said, "No, Horace working. He got the pen moving tonight. The pen is moving tonight, Bucks Nation, friends and family. The pen is moving tonight."
I'm waiting.
There we go. The pen is moving.
I think he probably listened to the broadcast that he see that where we call him out so much time. He said, "I can't afford this."
I keep telling you, Gibson, I can't say a lot, but the right people do watch this podcast. That's why it's eventually the change that we want happens. We just gotta knock on the door long enough, somebody gonna open. You feel what I'm saying? Trust me, they watching, bro. They watching. 1,000. I'm 1,000% positive. 1,000.
I feel a relief. Brook is off this team. I feel a relief. Now if we could get
Oliver, why you said he said Horse need to be fired? Okay, Oliver, what did he do bad at this point? We've done some stuff. I agree with you, but I think tonight I think he did really well for the Bucks as far as getting a lot of value. Like I said, we got Ross and Burlington Coat Factory discounts. We can't be too upset with Horse right now. We shouldn't be too upset with Horse, in my opinion. But let me know what you think there. What up, Piano Matt?
Hey,
I'm gonna get everything situated. Like after this, over the next week, I'm gonna get everything situated. And I'm gonna let you know, Matt. Everything gonna be up. I got most of the stuff over here. But I need to be organized and structured in a certain way before I make things available. I'm tactical. I paid the foreshadow. So give me a minute. I got it all. I just need to have it structured in a certain way. So just give me a minute, Piano Matt. Appreciate you. Do not worry. The merch is on deck.
Yeah,
hold on. No strays, ENT. Horse signed the same team that started 2-10. It was a first round exit. Build this man a statue.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
hey, Amara.
who
Hey,
you
but,
got?
but no strays, no strays. These are people that are quality players. Bobby Portis is a quality big. Any team will win. Yeah, I got all types of stuff. I gotta make it. It's gonna be available. And it's all quality merch. I promise you. It's not no hard cotton for none of these shirts. It's the soft Pima cotton. That's the reason things are a little bit slow, because I need consistent quality. I'm consistent. Hey, like SGA said, he's consistent with everything he does. I am, and it leads to success. But just give me a minute. I got you though. I got you. I'm
Amara,
still in shock
Amara,
about Gary Trent Jr.'s contract, to keep it real. But go ahead, Gibson.
Amber, I don't know if you and Daniel saw it, that they say they bringing back the same Cream City with our team used to wear in 2018. They say they bringing back the Cream City for next year. Oh man, I was so glad about that.
Right.
Daniel,
Hold
you
on.
remember the Cream City? You
Yeah,
remember the
yeah,
Cream
yeah. I
City
want to get one. I
jersey?
don't think I had one of them jerseys. I got all the city
Oh,
editions,
They
but
what?
I
say
don't
we
got
got,
the cream
we,
one. I got the city. I actually just
yeah,
got a, what jersey I get recently? I think I got a Dame one. Hold on one second.
we getting
Yeah,
those.
scales, and we brought back our core guys. I think that's what, and I think that was effective. I don't think that's bad. Where are all your core guys? No strays. Your core guys is on other teams, ain't they? Drew Holiday. Y'all was telling me so how we messed up trading Drew Holiday. Oh, Drew Holiday is gonna win something, do all this. Y'all didn't even get him 2 years and got him up out of there. You gave him 2 years.
Wow.
Got it. Kristaps helped y'all win a championship. Kicked him and kicked his back in and got him up out of there. That's how y'all do y'all core guys in Boston, huh? Helped y'all win a championship, kicked they back in a season later. Come on.
And keeping
Where's
Derek,
the ethics?
keeping.
No strays. Where's the ethics in the Celtics organization? Go ahead, Gibson.
They kick them in the backside. No, sure, I didn't tell you before. Your team is not going anywhere, so you could come in and run your mouth on this chat as much as you want.
Hey,
Ain't nothing happening to
I
you.
love when No Strays be here. No Strays be having one liner for days. He be having one liner for days. But to be honest, I'm happy with what Scales did today. I just said Scales. I'm reading his comment. What Horace did today. And that's a good point. Scales, I was reading your comment. Giannis likes these guys too. And I do think that's important as well as team chemistry.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, and that core to team chemistry. Scales, great point. I agree with you, bro. Great point. Yeah, he is working tonight. Everybody is giving him props, saying Horse was working tonight. Like I said, nobody's perfect. A Horse has definitely had ups and downs, but today he was in his bag. Today he was in his bag. He was out there
He's
getting
cooking.
value for
I,
quality parts. He's
lot,
out there like Pawn
I'm,
Stars getting
I'm
quality
reading.
deals.
I'm reading a lot of people, on Twitter. They are going nuts. They're like, "How did they get this deal?" They're like, "Wow, this is absolutely massive deal for
Uh,
the Bucks." Get
hold on one
back.
second. Hey, bro, what is his name? Hey, Street Doggy, if you ever say something like this in the chat again, bro, we gonna ban you, bro. That was crazy. Why would you even say that in this type of chat, bro? That was insane. Uh,
Insane.
nah, don't even try to read it. It's too much, bro. Go ahead, Bleacher.
Oh, good lord, whatever.
Right. Go ahead, Bleacher.
No, but I'm reading. I'm just reading. They're really going nuts right now about how they got this deal done with Gary Trent, with keep KPJ. Pretty much, I know everybody gonna complain about you give these player options, but you gotta give them something. You gotta give them something to either block in or not. So
Mm-hmm.
I know that we gave them something we didn't want to do, but at the same time they stand. They stand for Giannis. So that's the most important thing of what they're doing right now. So I'm really happy for this team.
Oh, come on.
You
Go ahead.
tell your boy
Don't
about
let him do
this.
it. Don't let him distract you. I got it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Shout out to No Strays. He stayed with the gun loaded. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bleacher.
Yeah, good luck with that. The Sensibilities ain't gonna say here. So go ahead. How about that?
Hey, what up,
But,
Keith? Hey, keep me in the loop, Keith. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, Keith, keep me in the loop, bro. Don't forget about me. What's good, bro? Go ahead,
yeah,
Bleacher.
I'm just happy that the Bucks did this. They pretty much telling us they're going to try to compete this year again. Like every year, well, you got to do something for the Bucks. I mean, for Giannis saying that I want to leave, just get my guys back, we good. He didn't say a word. The only thing he did today, he showed no hard work today. That's the only thing I said. Like, look at what I did. Like these haters coming on at him all the time, talking about going somewhere else or going to New York, going to this place. They're not even thinking about what we need to get for him to stay. So it kept
Right.
trying, it failed. It's on them.
Right.
Let's go. Let's get
I'm
more players. Let's get them.
Let's get last
I'm
words.
by
Let's go with Gibson, and then we're gonna finish with you, Bleacher. Go ahead, Gibson.
I was reading an article today while I was to work. They said that LeBron James' wife Savannah James is wanting LeBron to retire, and that man ain't looking to retire. You done accomplished everything. You get 4 championships. You've been in the league from '06. You got D Wade retire, Carmelo done retire, Bosh done retire. You is the only old one in the league who do not want to retire. You cannot try to pass Jordan. You can't pass Jordan because you have 6 losses. That's 6 losses. That ain't gonna ever that ain't gonna remove even how much records you bring, how much started. The 6 losses are still there. So you might as well just call it a quit. Because the young leagues were coming in today's NBA, they are going to embarrass you. You're going to get embarrassed. So to all the LeBron fans out there, I just want to put this out there. I think he is holding up production. He robbed the Lakers organization big broad daylight by hopping into this deal. It don't make no sense. He robbed them with a gun and a mask in broad daylight. But that's all I have to say.
I just that onslaught was warranted and appreciated. The problem with LeBron James, just to go to before we go to you, Bleacher, is he's chasing a ghost. That's the problem. That's the real problem, is he's chasing a ghost. And what his mind isn't really processing, his synapse might not be firing at the correct frequency in this universe to understand. Jordan is the closest thing to a mythical figure that we've ever seen walk on Earth. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't beat a mythical figure. Jordan is like Zeus. You know what I'm saying? He on top of Mount Olympus. He looking down at everything else. And you think, oh, if I got more points and more rebounds and assists. But they say, well, how long did you play? I played 56 years to break all these years. How long did he play? Like 15? And he did what? He got how many MVPs? How many scoring titles? And what you do? Longevity, I'm gonna tell y'all, in any sport, it's about impact. It's not about longevity stats. It's about impact. And at Jordan's time, his impact is bigger than any other human in any other sport on the planet Earth, and you cannot beat that. Shout out to LeBron for doing what he does. He's Pippen on steroids, and that's great. But he should never, ever, under any circumstances, be mentioned with Michael Jordan. I feel it's a slap in his face. I feel he's spitting in the face of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I feel he's spitting in the face of Tim Duncan. I feel he's spitting in the face of Kobe. I feel he's spitting in the face of Magic Johnson. I feel that he's spitting in the face of Shaq. I can go on and on. I don't do the longevity thing. I do, what did you do? Your best years, what did you do compared to this person's best years? If it's not more, then I don't want to hear about what you did after. You like Brett Favre, if you play 100 years, you're going to break some stats. Don't Vinny Testaverde got some numbers in the NFL from playing for 50 years? But how many titles, how many scores, how many accolades, how much hardware do you have? That's what matters, friends and family. When you talk about best of the best, it comes down to hardware. And it's not about how many times you tried something, it's how many times you were successful that matters. I digress. It's on you, Bleacher.
Well, to answer your point, this is the same man that was trying to call people weird for the ring culture. And he's currently trying.
Right.
He, he
Hold on,
trying
let
to
me
get
tell you.
crazy.
Hold on 1 second before you get started. The living legend has entered the building. Mr. Cool, y'all know who this is. Hit the like button. One of the most knowledgeable people in the chat. Salute, sir. Go ahead, Bleacher. Then we gonna go to Mr. Cool. On you, Bleacher. Then we gonna go to Mr. Cool before we get up out of here.
all I gotta say is that the Bucks been cooking the last hour.
He
You
said the
guys back.
last hour, right? The last, let's say, 10 hours. Like the last 10, like last 48 hours. Because yesterday with Bobby today, so the last 48 hours they've been cooking.
Yeah, so I mean, I like the deal. It's like it's cheap, very cheap. So hope the Bucks just keep it going, get Sims back, and then maybe get Andre if they can get him. But they're like, that Garrett Trent just like, okay, we the ballpark now, let's go.
Right.
That's as soon as I saw that deal, I popped up like, oh man, let's go. So I'm ready for the next deal for the Bucks. So let's get this going. Let's get everybody back together. We'll be ready for next season. So I know that Dave said he's trying to come back at 8 months. 8 months. So let's go.
Right. Let's see. Before y'all get up out of it, let's get some drools dropped for Mr. Cool. Floor is yours, Mr. Cool. Right.
Hello, gentlemen.
Right.
How y'all doing? How y'all
All right.
doing?
How you doing?
Good. Just real quickly, this roster was decided from the last playoff game that we lost to Indiana. Because once we saw that Giannis saw that we're a better team without Brook Lopez on the floor, that we get younger with all this was a deciding factor that was going to be the upcoming roster. They let him calm down, Giannis, after losing like that, because that was a game we should have won. But once he calmed down, they had a chance to talk with him and explain to him, look, our roster, in the game we gave away, had a very good chance of beating Indiana, who ended up going to the finals. And yet we had him on the road with Dame in the hospital, for heaven's sakes. So,
right. Fair, Mr. Cool.
So we switched the starters, the key players, and the team played so much better. That was an excellent game we played, with the exception of the last 1 minute. Outside of that, we played outstanding that game. I think Giannis was sold on that, and that's why we had to bring all those players back. And that's why the effort was made to get all those guys back for sure, the ones that were key in that game. And then we just have to figure out if we're going to keep maybe Kuzma and Prince comes off the bench. And because the starters that game was balling, Porter and obviously Trent Tucker, and they were just playing very, very well. And by the way, when it comes to Trent Jr., his success, and I think this is another thing that maybe they sold him on, maybe linked to Giannis, because most players that are shooters, your numbers go up when you play with Giannis, because the gravity he has, he pulls in so much defensive players. He's able to kick back out to you, and you're getting those clean looks constantly. And he shot the hell out of the ball,
right,
in the playoffs. So I think that's another reason why maybe he had to look at that, because I don't think he would have had that same success on other teams. Okay, because he don't have Giannis bringing the defense in like that, allowing him to get clear and clean looks like that. And when you think about like Green, we've got actually still a pretty good roster right now. So I think we may be underestimating our team. Maybe we don't get all the players that are just jumping around from team to team. That's all cool. And I'm not saying there's not great players that or good players that can help us, but I think our team is a lot better than what we realize. A, B, we have the best player. Okay, and when you start off with the best player, you are already ahead of the game.
That's true.
Okay,
great
because
point.
he is a load to deal with. As Joker is a load to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as the Eastern Conference is concerned, we in pretty good shape with the players we got even right now. Now, obviously, we're going to need another big, whoever they get, and I think we're going to do a lot better, people, than what we're saying. I think we're going to be right in the mix of things.
Mr. Who you want? You want Andre Ayton or you want that guy from the 76ers? Who you want?
What guy from the 76ers?
That Yasima, whoever.
Well, I don't even know. I do like Ayton.
You want Ayton?
I like Ayton a lot. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why he's released. There must be something that we don't know about.
I will say this, Mr. Cool, just for the Portland situation, he requested a buyout. His agent requested a buyout.
Who's his agent, though?
Well,
I forgot.
A lot of people don't like playing in Portland. They just don't like living and playing in Portland for whatever reason.
Agreed.
I mean, Dame loved it, but a lot of players don't. Already, I thought I saw where Drew Holiday said he don't want to go. That's what I heard.
I
He really
believe
doesn't
it.
want to go to Portland.
But get buy out, might come back too. Shoot, if you come buy out, might come back too. Shoot.
Oh no, that's done. That's not too many
I'm
old
just joking.
people.
I'm joking.
Yeah, that's too
I'm
many old people. Yeah, we gotta let things
So,
sleeping dogs lie.
as the Bible says, be of good cheer. We're
Right.
gonna be okay. I like the guys we got. I really do. I like the guys that we signed. We got some good deals today. Hey man, let's go. Let's go. Let's see what happens. You know,
Now,
you
Appreciate
but
can
you.
make changes throughout the season.
I get
True.
one question from
And we
Mr.
got
Cool.
favorable contract. Like we said, we could still move Pat. That $9 million can move. Kuzma's a very tradable contract. Even
Right.
Torian Prince, that's a tradable contract. So we have flexibility.
I
Now, but
agree. I agree. So I'm
I
good.
get one question from Mr. Cool.
Go ahead,
What's
Gibson.
that?
I got one question for you, Mr. Cool.
Yes,
What I
sir.
was saying in the chat earlier, and I was explaining to Amber and Daniel that what we need to continue to push on this chat is player development, Mr. Cool, because by watching this Indiana series, it teach me something that our team could apply the same tactic what they were using on our team to make our team play a more better pace. That's what I look at that team because I learned a lot, Mr. Cool, by watching how Indiana play. They move the ball very well. They run down, they fight for rebound, they boxed out, they move the ball very well. If we could apply those tactics to our team, I think our team would be a way better team. And Brook is not
Well,
there anymore. The team would be much better. Much better in my
let, let, let,
opinion.
let me respond to this a little bit, Gibson, and let me say this. It's a heck of a big difference, though, and I know from training players, a second round pick versus a 22nd round pick. I mean, it's a
Right.
big difference when working with those guys. Those players that you're talking about on those teams are look at their draft picks. They're all with really high draft picks, and including Matherin. He was a high draft pick.
Correct.
So those guys, they're just not like some guys that were like second round or undrafted. Those guys are already going into the game as highly touted players. Now, yes, sometimes you can luck up and get a second round guy and develop them, and they come out and they turn out to be pretty good, as Chris Middleton did. But
Malcolm
that's
Right.
really
Brogdon.
rare.
Malcolm Brogdon.
Right, right. But the reality is, you got to look at the overall picture. Most of the guys that are on OKC, I mean, those guys are all high draft picks. When is the last time the Bucks had a top 10 pick? When is the last time? I don't even know.
Yeah,
There's
true.
someone's been in the top 10 when they drafted.
Brandon Jennings
That's
might be
So
the
true.
last
we've
one.
always, as you watch that draft, you think about all the time teams spend recruiting and scouting players. They're not, if they're passing on guys, there's reasons why. So by the
True.
time we get to number 21 or 22 or second round or 47th, for heaven's sakes, the top players have been picked through already. So it's an easier climb to develop those guys, while I'm trying to say, than guys that are later round picks. I'm not saying that it can't be developed, and
Right.
we do have a poor way of developing players. I would agree with you on that. And plus Doc don't like doing that. Doc's not going to put the time with that. So that becomes the horse's job to get the assistant coaches to work on developing the players, because
Right.
definitely Doc's not going to do it. He's going to try to play the guys he thinks can play, and that's just he's old school, and that's just how he does. And he really needs to be coaching somebody else, but that's another story. He's our guy, so we got to live with him. But
Facts.
so just keep that in mind when you talk about developing players, because we really lucked up on AJ Green.
True.
That guy has turned out to be a stud, man, for a non-drafted player.
Correct.
So
Agreed.
sometimes you're going to go get that diamond in the rough. But the reality is, when you're picking, like we've had to pick, and I know, Amara, you mentioned Beauchamps, but Beauchamps, he was given a lot of opportunity. It wasn't like he wasn't given an opportunity.
Right.
He was. He just never, to me, understood the game, had bad basketball IQ.
That's fair.
So that's what I think he never developed. And he's bounced around now to two more teams, and they're not playing him. So it
He
wasn't
might
just
be out of
us.
there. Yeah, he might be out of
Yeah.
there.
So that's all I had, gentlemen. It's always a
Appreciate.
pleasure to see you guys.
Hold on 1 second. Get the lights
Always,
up for the
always.
living legend, Mr. Cool. Salute. Appreciate y'all tapping in. All right, Mr. Cool. All right,
All right, you
Mr.
guys.
Bahamas. All right, Bleach Report
Salute.
boss. Appreciate
Let's
y'all.
go, baby.
All right, go.
All right.
All right. Let me tap Brandon in before we get up out of here. All right, Brandon, real quick, what you think about today?
What up? What up? What up, Buck Nation family friends? We're good, y'all. What? What? What's the paper now? Check. So, I think we did a pretty good job. I give him credit. You know, we pass him from time to time, but he is right and he's wrong. So, now we got the Junior Mafia back together again.
Facts.
I'm so happy that Brook is off this team, man.
Agreed.
You don't know how happy Buck Nation friends are happy right now. We've been waiting for this.
Right.
We've been waiting for this moment. Brook, shout out to Brook Lopez. You did everything you could back in 2021. Now, the ones that the Clippers signed you for 2 years, they can have you. They can do what you're smoking. They can do what you 2.2 points or not backing up rebound.
Yeah, we good on Brook. Yeah, we definitely good on Brook, 100%.
Right. We're gonna see. Y'all know I want my back out of here.
He's on the trading block.
We're gonna see. It's probably gonna be some more boom. I think it's gonna be a couple more moves made. Probably tomorrow or this weekend before the 4th of July. So, if we still need to sign Sim,
Right, agreed.
and if we sign Sim, if we get Aiden,
We'll be straight.
we're gonna be straight.
Agreed.
So, like I said, put in the chat, I think Giannis can win the point forward, or he has to play with the 5.
Agreed.
But if we get DeAndre Ayton, I do not think the point basis was not messed up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. A lot of people are concerned, but we'll just have to see. First, we gotta see if we could get DeAndre Ayton first. So we don't want to put the cart before the horse. So we'll just see it. We'll obviously, if we do get DeAndre Ayton, I'll definitely do a live to discuss that. But right now, this is just a rumor, hearsay. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see once that's actually concrete information.
If we get him, I want to know if he gonna be a good Michael or not.
Yeah, that's what we gotta find out. Yeah, that's definitely
We're gonna find out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Roots of Buck Nation family friends, shout out to y'all. Y'all my back YouTube family guys.
There we go. Appreciate you, Brandon.
Hey, no matter what. So, sometimes I pass on sometimes click jab or sometimes, but that's how I go.
All right, Brandon. Appreciate you, Brandon.
The rules to take one day at a time, take it one step at a time. We're gonna find out some more news.
Right.
So I'll let y'all a few more days.
All right. Appreciate you, Brandon. All right, go.
How about?
Salute to Brandon. All right, y'all. This was an exciting live. A lot transpired during this live today. I'm definitely happy we went live today. A lot to talk about. Comment section was on fire. And before I forget, the homie in the super chat. Nick Swin, it's been a minute. Shout out to Nick Swin, one of the OG queens of the chat. What's good? Appreciate the 199 super chat. Mr. Cool is cooking. Mr. Cool is always cooking. That's why he's the living legend. Salute Nick Swin. Hope all is well. We miss you on the chat. If y'all didn't know, Nick Swin is the original first female to ever call in to the live. Salute. Nick Swin. We haven't forgot about you at all, ma'am. Salute. Yo! What a Jimmy Roller! Jimmy Roller said GTA 6 will be out before LeBron retires is hilarious. Is hilarious. Jimmy Roller, you done stepped your game up on the one-liners. Salute. What up, Pam? I hope so, Pam. I hope so. I hope so. Right. Hey, boy, Bobby. Hey, Horse got the pen moving. He got the pen moving today. Salute. Absolutely. Hey, what up, Nicholas? I didn't even see you in here. Salute, bro. Prime time. Ooh. I'm not sure, prime time. I think that would be a pass question. I'm not 100%, but pass would definitely know that. I'm not 100%. Good question, though, prime time. Amtrak said Aiden could play, y'all. Putting all that other stuff aside, he has game. He was a #1 pick for a reason. Great point. Shout out to Amtrak Beats by the Pound. You need any type of intro music, beats for rapping, whatever you want, holler at Beats by the Pound, Amtrak's. His albums are also on all major title. What is it? Apple Music and where else? You could throw that in the chat too. Fire. My boy Amtrak's, Mr. Washington, was good. Saluting the Amtrak's. I think that Aiden would fit. I do think Aiden would fit. Jimmy Roller said Pat must be move 100%. Okay, Amtrak said Giannis and Aiden could be like Robinson and Duncan. I could see that. Robert Brooks, what's good? Appreciate you. Graham says, as someone who lives in Portland, they hated Ayton on the Blazers. Damn, why? Hey, can you elaborate, Graham? Why did y'all hate, dude? That's hilarious. Derek Stevenson said Mark Sears is going to turn heads in the summer league. If he was 6'2", he would have been a top 20 pick, in my opinion. Wow. I've been hearing nothing about good things. I've been hearing nothing but good things about Sears, so I agree with you there. Mr. 414, what's good? Mr. 414 said horse moving that pen like rent is due. Salute. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Hey, I got you, Nick Swin. Don't even trip. I got you, OG. Right. Shout out to Nick Swin. Legend around these parts. Legend around these parts. What up, Rigo? All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. I'm Amber. This is Amara's Logic, Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news, where we just got done discussing a plethora of topics, from the signing of Bobby Portis Jr., the signing of Kevin Porter Jr., and the recent signing of Gary Trent Jr., and another signing of Torian Prince. So the Bucks have brought back their core. We did lose Brook Lopez to the Los Angeles Clippers for 2 years, but I think that's addition by subtraction. It helps with him gone now. We're a much faster team, and I look for further moves from Horst. And if anything else happens, we'll definitely be going live to discuss it. If you haven't already, hit the like button for the best Bucks podcast on YouTube, the best Bucks chat on YouTube. Hands down. Don't even debate. Don't ask about it. It is what it is. The proof is in the pudding. Comment, like, subscribe, share the electrifying content. Gone. Oh, and hey, Malik Beasley, I'm glad you were not on this team either. You got some stuff going on. I'm glad we got rid of your boy, Mr. Cool. He definitely is a funny moving customer. So we gonna see. But before I get off, I just want to say, get the Don DeMarco for Horse. You did work today, Horse. We always give you grief on this podcast for doing a whole bunch of knucklehead moves, but today you did all right. You did all right by the Bucks today, and Bucks Nation appreciates your services today, Horace. We give you a hard time sometimes when you do wrong, but that's the point of this podcast. We keep it 100% real. You do wrong, we gonna get on your helmet. You do right, we gonna give you. Hey, you do right, you get this. So you did right today. So you got the Don DeMarco. So keep it going, Horace. We expect more moves. You can pull off this 8-1. That if we can get 8, I feel that puts us top 16 in the East. If we get 8, with everything else, we're top 16. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let's keep the conversation going as we always do in the comment section. And shout out to Tish. I seen you in the comment section too the other day, Tish. Shout out to Tish, one of the original queens of the chat as well. All right, y'all. Go.